Okay, so welcome. I'm glad to have you all here. And we're going to start seated. We'll start with a little bit of breathing practice that helps us get into a more meditative, calm space where we can look within, and then just some gentle movement as well. We'll see. I don't really have anything planned at this time today, so we'll just see where we end up. Okay. Alrighty, so I'll meet you on the mat. And I've got a little bolster to sit on. I'm going to sit crisscross here. And yeah, get comfortable. Sit tall in your body. Whatever you are using to support yourself, make sure that it feels like you're in a place where you can lengthen from the tailbone to the top of your head. And we're just inviting spaciousness. We're inviting space into the body. We're also inviting stability and grounding into the body. All right, so let's close our eyes down. Take a big breath in and exhale through your mouth, letting your shoulders relax. A big breath in through your nose. Let it out through your mouth and in through your nose and out your mouth. Closing the mouth now and just breathe in and out through your nose. Becoming aware of how you feel as you investigate maybe the connection that you have with yourself, mind, body, breath, and heart. So notice if your mind is really busy today. Maybe you had a busy morning, do you have a busy afternoon, and do you feel like the thoughts are, the mind and the thinking mind is really where you need to focus your spaciousness? Or are there areas in your body that feel uncomfortable? Any injuries that you might be healing from? Places that need a little bit more tenderness and care? Just notice where you are. Are you in your mind or are you in your body? Or maybe a combination. So, our goals by bringing more awareness to our breath is to just reestablish maybe the connection of mind, body, and breath. So we feel more even and more balanced within ourselves. Let your eyes soften. Let your jaw soften. Relax your shoulders down from your ears. And bring awareness down into your hips and your legs. And then as you are breathing in and out, we want effort toward the focus on the breath. Effort toward focusing on your breath. And so imagine that instead of being virtual, we are all in the same space here today. And if we are in the same space, we can feel each other's energy. We might be able to hear each other breathing, noticing that we share breath. Just imagine that that's what our space is like. So we are sort of leaning into the practice with each other. We're leaning into each other instead of just ourselves. There are 4 or 5 of us here this afternoon practicing together. And maybe we can expand our thoughts out to the community and our state, our country, even across the world. Imagine how many people might be sitting and attempting to focus on their breath and meditating, or moving into a yoga practice, a midday, midweek practice. And so we lean into the community, we lean into the Sangha, and all the beings that might be practicing just like we are. So let your breath be full and rich and deep here. As you take this next inhalation, I want you to pause at the top of the breath and then sip a little bit more breath in, sip a little more breath in, and then exhale steady to the bottom of your breath, and see if you can move to the very bottom where you'll pause and push a little more breath out. Good. Take a regular breath in and out. Good. Let's inhale deeply and hold at the top. Sip a little bit more breath in, maybe a little more breath. And then exhale, steady all the way down to the bottom of your breath and pause. Push a little more breath out. Good. Now just a regular breath in and out. And then let's go again, breathing in to full capacity and pausing at the top of the breath. Sip a little more breath in. And exhale, steady down to the bottom of your breath. Pause, push more breath out, and then return to your normal rhythm. Experiencing any sensation in your body, in your mind, and even in your breath. Anything that has changed since we started our practice together. Whatever you experience, it's all well and good. There's no right or wrong. It's whatever your experience is of yourself here. Now let's bring the hands together at the heart center and bow the head down to the heart. Open up the eyes and look down in toward the heart space and the hands. Let the hands come down to your legs with your palms facing up, and then looking down into toward the lap, toward the legs, and just seeing the shape that we are in. Let's inhale the arms out to the sides, lift the gaze. As we take the arms up, see if we can lift the gaze up as well. And the palms will come together again, down into the heart center. Lean slightly forward, put your hands down onto the floor. I'm on fingertips here. You could also take your blocks. If the floor seems like a long way away, you might take blocks under your hands, okay? Then I want you to add a forward fold. So start to slide your hands out or slide your blocks out. Begin to reach and lengthen your side bodies. Breathe into the very top of your breath. Maybe pause for a moment. And then exhale all the way to the bottom of your breath. Pull your navel in and then walk yourself back up to a tall position. Sliding your blocks back if you're using those. Let's circle the arms. Breathe in. And then exhale, let your arms fall back to the sides and just reach down through your arm bones and down into your fingers. Look down at your legs here. Slide your hands back, lean back, and switch the cross of your legs. Sitting in your crisscross, okay? Sit tall, and then let's circle the arms out, lift up. The palms come together and down into the center. We're going to bring the hands to the floor or the blocks right in front of us. Lengthen the spine, and then begin that folding forward. Walking your hands or sliding your hands or blocks forward, and lengthening from the hips out through your fingertips. Easing down into your forward fold. Breathe to the very top of your breath. Maybe pause for a moment. And then exhale long to the bottom of your breath. Push a little extra out and begin to come up with that strong belly. Walking your hands back or sliding your hands back. Circle out your arms, breathe in. Look toward your hands in the sky and then down into the heart space. Let your chin tuck toward your chest. Look toward the heart center. Good. Let's interlace the fingers here and then begin to make little circles with your wrists, kind of like a figure 8. Good. Let's come to center and turn the interlaced fingers so that your palms are facing forward, your thumbs are reaching down, your shoulders relax down here. See if you could reach from your shoulders up over the top of the head and then just let go. Reach your arms out to the sides and down. Good. Tuck the chin, look down to your legs. You're going to lean back a little bit into your hands and switch the cross of your legs back to the original way. Circle out your arms, lift up. And exhale your hands down into the center. Good. Look at your fingers. Interlace the weird way. Okay, so you've got your normal interlace. The weird way is to shift the notch up. So your other index and first finger on top. Turn your palms toward the, or like away from your chest. Thumbs are down. Shoulders are down. And then lift up from your arms, from your shoulders rather, and release the arms down toward the floor. Good. Okay, so let's come on to hands and knees. We're going to open up through the backs of the legs a little bit. Maybe take your blocks to the long end of the mat. A blanket under your knees if you prefer that. I'm going to take my blocks down here with me myself. And then open up the knee space a little bit, big toes toward touching, and push your hips back for extended child's pose here. Wiggle a little bit from side to side, opening up your side bodies. And then we're going to come back up to all fours. I want you to bring the knees a little more under your hips and pull your right knee in toward your chest. Step your right foot up between your blocks or between your hands. And lengthen back through the left leg and grow long through to the top of your head. We're going to add a twist in here. So the left hand comes down on the block or on the floor. And then we're letting that right arm go up to the sky to open up the chest. Lengthen through the fingers here. Hug that right knee and inner thigh toward your belly, toward your ribs. Good. All right, now let's reach the right arm over the top of the head toward the end of the mat. You might even touch your fingertips down toward the end of the mat. Then extend through your right arm and circle it around and back behind you. So start to reach toward the back of your left leg. Now you're going to go again. You're going to bring the arm way over the top of the head and reach toward the front end of your mat. And then circle the arm up and around and behind you. Let's do that one more time. Inhale the right arm up, reach long as you exhale. Inhale, circle the right arm up and around behind you. Push into your left hand, broaden your collarbones here. Good. All right, let's undo. Bring your hands to your blocks or to the floor. We're going to push the right leg towards straight to come into your half split. Lengthen your spine here. Spread your toes. Then shift your weight onto your right foot, shifting your hips forward. Tuck your back toes under and straighten the back leg. So we're going to open up the back of the knee. And I want to shift a little forward and back here to get into the calf muscle. So it's like you're rocking toward the tips of your toes and then back toward the heel. Right? So rocking forward and rocking back. All right, now rock back, and then see if you can straighten your front leg again. The back heel for me is lifted here. So lengthening the spine. It's really helpful to have the blocks here, or if you need like a bed or a couch or a chair to put your hands up onto. All right, we're going to change this just a little bit. I want you to flex your front foot. I'm going to move my blocks so you might be able to see this. I'm going to flex my right foot so I'm up on the heel, and then I'm dropping the heel of the back foot. So previously my right foot was down and my back heel was up. Now I'm just shifting so that the right toes are up and the back heel is moving down. I'm going to shift my blocks up to the tall value here too for myself. All right, let's lengthen the spine. And now shift back into your lunge to the front. Let's step up to the front. So a little bend in your back knee. Step forward, lengthen your spine out halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, slide your hands down, fold deeper. We're going to circle out our arms and stand all the way up, reach to the sky. I'm going to turn and face you for a second here. So let your left arm come down and stretch over to the right. And then do the same going the other way. So reach back up and then bring your right arm down and stretch over to the side. Good, let's go all the way back up with both arms and pull your arms wide out to the sides as well as back a little bit to open up your chest. I'm going to turn back toward the end of my mat so I'm sideways, and we'll exhale and fold. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Now, bend your knees, move your blocks maybe. You're going to walk this back into an all fours position. Let's push our hips back so that we can come to our extended child's pose. And then inhale, come up to all fours. And we're going to step our left foot up between the blocks or between your hands. Okay? So pausing here. Feels good. Open up the hips, lengthen your spine. Now let's add our twist, okay? So you're going to leave that right hand down and the left arm goes up to the sky. Breathing in and out. Hug that left knee in toward your belly. And then inhale, lengthen a little more through your left arm and then reach it toward the very front of your mat. And we're going to bring that left arm back up to the sky and reach it around behind toward your right hip. So inhale the left arm up and exhale, reach toward the front of the mat. And then inhale, lift up and reach that arm around behind you, opening up your chest. Let's go again. Lift up and reach to the front end of the mat. And then inhale, come up and reach that left arm around behind you. Pause here. Push into your right hand so you're broad across your right shoulder. And then we'll unwind this. Take both hands on your blocks if you need them. Push your left leg towards straight. So at first we're in this half split Ardha Hanumanasana. Pushing the hips back, deepening the hip crease in that left side especially. Deepen your breath here to grow your spine long. Exhale, soften your jaw and your face. Good. We're going to shift into the left foot. Tuck the right toes under here and come up into your lunge. Good. All right. Now push the left leg towards straight again. Back heel is lifted at first here. So we're up on the ball of that right foot. All right, let's bend our left knee again just a little bit so that we can shift forward and back. So it's like you're rolling right up onto the tippy toes of your right foot as you come forward and pressing back through the heel as you go back. Just connecting into the front and back of that back leg. Okay, now push the left leg towards straight again and flex your left foot. So left foot flexes, I'm on the heel of the front foot and I'm trying to ground my back heel. Okay. Need the blocks for this. This is a little unsteady here to be on the front heel. Let's lengthen the spine, breathe. Rebend your left knee here. We're going to step forward to the front of the mat. So a little bend in that back knee. Step up to the front, even out your legs. Lengthen to Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, slide your hands down towards your blocks or your feet, your mat. And let's hang out in forward fold for a couple of breaths. I've got my legs straight. That feels pretty good for me today. But of course, you can bend your knees a lot and lay your belly on your thighs. You could keep using your blocks. Adjust for yourself here as you feel comfortable in your forward fold. And move our head a little bit from side to side. Maybe actually nod the head a little bit. And then bring your hands up on your shins or your blocks and lengthen out. Pull in the belly so you're supported from your front core. Sit the hips back a little bit here. Sweep your arms out and lift all the way up to standing. Exhale the hands down and into the heart center. Good. Let's take a wide step on the mat now. So your feet are wide. And then we're just going to slide the hands down the thighs toward the shins, maybe to the floor. And of course, you can bring a block in underneath your hands to help raise the floor up a little bit for you. Okay? Take a few breaths. Feel that length and strength in your legs and in your spine. Now, let's fold a little deeper here. Opening up the backs of the legs, stretching through your hamstrings. Letting your spine lengthen down toward the floor. All right, let's inhale, come back out halfway. Pause here, turn your knees and toes outward. Let's walk our hands up onto the inner thighs. So you're lifting your torso up, but you're still supported with your hands up on your legs. It's like a goddess squat, but we are using the arms to support ourselves a little bit. Okay, my knees are pretty much above my ankles here, and the knees lining up with the toes. All right, we're just going to pulse a little bit here. This can get intense really quickly, right? So if you need to, stand all the way up and skip a few of these reps. Otherwise, those outer thighs are working real strong. You're pulling the sitting bones toward each other and moving into your heels with this. All right, let's do 3 more. Oh yeah, working those big muscle groups. All right, here's our last one. Turn toward your right warrior 2. Okay, so the arms go out. We're going to shift the left heel back and the right knee is above the ankle. Breathe. Take your right forearm to your thigh and stretch your top arm over the top of your head. So here we're working on just that top side length. When we were doing poses previously, we were working on both sides lengthening. But obviously one side is longer than the other here, right? All right, now let's see if we can take that top arm around behind us and thread the hand towards your right hip. Breathing, opening up the chest. Good. Nice work, everybody. All right, we're going to extend that top arm back up and pull ourselves up and out of there. Bring yourself up and switch sides so that you go to warrior 2 on your left. Drop that right heel back a little bit and bend so the left knee is above the left ankle. And the arms are reaching out strongly. Opening up the hips. Lift through the spine to the top of your head. Now bring that left forearm on your left thigh and the right arm goes over the top of your head. So we're going to concentrate our breath and our length into the top side of the body here. Grow longer from your back heel to your fingertips. Your throat is soft, your face is soft. Now let's take that top arm, wrap it around behind you. Draw the top shoulder back a little bit more to broaden your collarbones. Breathe. We got this. A little variation of Parsvakonasana. Reach your right arm back up to the sky and lift yourself out of there. Arms go out to the sides. Turn your feet parallel with each other and fold forward. Hands go down the legs to the floor or to your block. Let's inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold deeper. Fold, fold, fold. Oh, that feels really good. Woo. Good. Inhale, lengthen your spine and start to bring your hands up onto your thighs. Turn your knees and toes outward. Align again, just like we did before. Lift the torso, and then the hands come together. We're going to drop into a deep goddess squat here. Couple more breaths. Draw from the outer thighs toward the tailbone, toward the sitting bones. Good. Last breath. And then bring the arms down, bring the legs straight, walk your feet or hop your feet back together. And inhale, take the arms all the way up. And the hands coming down into the center. Do that twice more. Inhale, root down, rise up. Fill your body with that oxygenated blood, rich, rich oxygenated blood. Good, really nice. Let's work on a little bit of balance here. Okay, so I want you to take your hands to your hips at first. Those of you that were at the park with me the other day, I think we kind of played around with something like this. I want you to widen the feet out and then just practice shifting your weight into one foot and then into the other. So you get this moment of like, bam, I'm in balance, right? And you have the option of staying really low with that other leg instead of lifting it off the ground. As you get better and better at this, then think about bringing the lifted leg into the center line. So you're going to squeeze your center a little bit closer together. Maybe the hands come to the heart center. Breathe. Good. All right, let's go to the other side. So the leg reaches out. We're going to lean into it, put our weight right on top of it. Maybe that outer leg is lifting, and possibly we bring it into the center line. Working down through the shin, ankle, and foot. Good. Now let's go back to the other side again. Walk your weight into that standing leg. Can you bring the other leg in towards center line with you? And then what if you turn that leg that's in towards center? What if you turn it out so it's more like tree pose? We want the foot to be below the knee, or we can reach down and grab it and bring it up a little higher. Ooh, think about shoulders and hips stacking on top of each other. And then our branches can grow. Oh my gosh, I'm so wobbly. Okay, we're getting this. Here it is. Focus on the gaze, the drishti. Let your arms lift a little higher if that works for you. Eventually the palms come together. Slide that leg down and then just switch over to it. So bring your weight up over that standing leg. Bring the knee in toward the center line. Maybe turn the leg out and put the foot below the knee, or reach down, grab it, bring it up a little higher to the inner thigh. Shoulders and hips are stacking with each other. We're going to let our branches grow. Steady your gaze. Soften your jaw. Good. Working in Vrikshasana here, tree pose. One more breath. Good. Bring the hands together, slide the foot down, and then you've got a wide position here with your legs. You can walk it back out. You can wiggle the legs back out apart from each other. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, bring the arms around behind you. Option with hands on the hips. I'm going to show you sideways so you can see this. Hands on the hips, but the shoulders and the elbows are back. Or interlace your fingers and see if you can straighten your arms without straining your shoulders, okay? So be where you can be. Open up the chest. Let's look a little up toward the sky and then fold at the hips. Ground into your heels. Lower your body, your upper body down as you open up the chest, and maybe reach your arms long back behind you, or you've still got your hands on your hips and your elbows are pulling back. So your chest feels broad, and let that breath flow. Good. And when you're ready to come out, let's lift up a little bit so we can get the hands to come around from behind us. Then make a turn toward the end of your mat. Step back to your plank. Might be a full plank or knees down plank. And then release yourself all the way down to the floor. Okay, let me check my watch here really quick. Okay, we're good. So legs are reaching. Chest is also reaching on top of the head. You can extend the arms back behind us again. So you could put your hands on your hips. I think that's really hard. Arms extended, or you might interlace the fingers if you can take that back there. All right, I'm just going to let my arms reach. So feel yourself working your back body here. Go long from your toes to the top of your head. Keep breathing. Bend your elbows, put your hands by your chest. Bend your knees to go to knee plank, or tuck your toes and go to full plank. Take it back to downward facing dog and allow, let's say like 5 to 7 breaths here. Root each of your fingertips. Extend up into your shoulders and up through the side bodies into your hips. Release down through your heels. Get long in your body and long in your breath. Good. As you're ready, the knees will come to the ground. Let's take it back to child's pose just for a moment. Good. And then find your way onto your back. Okay, so lift up a little bit, flip it over, and ease yourself down on your back. Yay! So I always like to give you options. I'm going to say that the first option is just to lay on your back, maybe go straight into Shavasana and just let your body chill. Otherwise, try crossing your right leg over your left. And it's not the ankle crossing, it's the whole leg crossing. So we're getting the inner thighs close together again here, right? Can you pull your knees into your chest and keep this wrapped up feeling in your legs? Now, a variation we can do is to actually separate the feet. So the right foot is moving toward the left side and the left foot's moving toward the right side. I can slide my hands down my shins toward the ankles or even toward the feet. And breathe. Lengthen the back of your neck. Maybe rock your head a little from side to side. You want your side bodies to be long. Think about a lot of space between the shoulders and the hips, and filling the lungs very equally and to their max. And then exhaling all that breath out. And let's let go with the hands and then bring the left foot down, uncross your right leg, and then recross with the left leg over the top. Okay, so you're wrapping up the inner thighs as much as you can, wherever you're comfortable. Maybe pull the knees into your chest and then slide your hands down toward your feet. So you can feel how your right hand will take hold of your left shin, ankle, or foot, and your left hand takes hold of your right shin, ankle, or foot. Or some other option, some other variation that works in your body. Let your breath flow, shoulders relax, face relaxes, rock your head, soften the mind's eye, soften the tongue. Good, couple more breaths here. And eventually letting go, drop your right foot down, uncross your left, and lengthen out. Reach through your legs here. Think of opening up the hip flexors. Let's grip the buttock muscles here, arms by your sides. Grip the buttock muscles and feel your hips lifting off the ground a little bit. So you're working glutes and hamstrings quite strongly. And then let's let that down. Good. Wiggle around, do any other last bits of posture that you want to do, maybe a twist, or if you want to do a bridge pose or something like that. Over the next couple of minutes, find your way into a resting place on your back. Let your feet spread wide, let your arms spread wide, or think about a hand on your heart and a hand on your belly. I've been doing a lot of this lately. My practice has drawn me to having the hands on the heart and on the belly for that connection. Open up the back of your throat and allow your body to rest and integrate our quick little practice here. Our midweek, midday practice. Stay aware of your rich, oxygenated blood pulsing through the body. How much more can you relax and let go? Surrender and just breathe. Just be and breathe. I want you to take a really big breath in and maybe stretch your arms back over the top of your head. Reach yourself long, arch your back a little bit, and then begin to bring your arms down and bend your knees. Let's roll to one side. Take as much time in this transition as feels good and right for you. Just laying in the fetal position for a couple moments here. And then you'll push yourself up and away from the floor. I'm going to come a little closer to y'all. Oh, yeah. Sit comfortably. Whether you are sitting up on something or just sitting on your own, let the eyes close again. Level your chin. Ease the hips and the legs toward the earth. Feel a gentle lengthening through the spine, the spinal column, through the base of the skull and up to the crown of your head. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, your eyes, and your face. Connect to your breathing rhythm and see if you can keep it more deep and steady. And allow this attention that you can put on the breath to stay with you through the next several hours, even the entire day until the next time you practice. Like, how often can you take a deep, cleansing, conscious breath as you move through your day? And take this last minute here to be quiet and still. Focus on the rhythm of your breathing. So letting the superficial parts of ourselves become more quiet so that we can listen to the wisdom of the body, the wisdom of our deeper selves. Is there any sound, any voice, any words, any feeling, sensation that arises for you that might become the seeds of an intention or a focus that you might be able to set for yourself here? And if nothing bubbles up, that's okay. Maybe it's just, we're just sitting and breathing and being. Let's just be. No need to label it. But something might be there for you, some kind of focus or intention. Whatever you're sensing and thinking and feeling, it is your experience. There's no right or wrong about it. Notice it, be with it, accept it, honor it. The hands are together at the heart center and the head bows to the heart space. See and feel the light within yourself. Let that light shine brightly from deep within yourself. When you see that light within yourself, when you feel it, then reach out for the light that's within each of us. And connect our lights, connect our hearts, supporting each other, supporting all beings with our practice. Namaste. Thank you all for being here.